You're watching Earnings with ET now, and with me is CFO Samir Seksaria and the CHRO Sudeep Kunnumal. Sudeep and Samir, thank you very much for joining us on ET now. Kriti spoke about the pivot which you're doing to become an AI services company. Let me ask you the first question on that. What could be the cost of becoming an AI services company for you?
So, like they talked about, we are focusing on 5 pillars, and there would be investments that would be linked to each of the 5 pillars. The first pillar being we'd want to do the internal transformation for TCS, and in that we will be looking at the various functions and how do we infuse AI into it. That would have its own set of investments. We are enabling a lot of employees to get access to various AI models. So that's on the first pillar. Redefining our services, and that would include, we have formed the new AI unit. We'll be doing a lot of talent acquisition and reskilling as part of it, and we are looking at a human plus AI model into it. The third one is on being future ready, and that is something which we have been talking about through the quarter, and you'd see we have taken a few steps and more steps to be taken, whether it is in terms of how the organization becomes future ready, reskilling of it on what's available, and also looking at high-skilled, high-intensity talent as on the talent readiness part. Then the fourth one is in terms of having our customers AI ready and making AI real for our customers. That is how do we take it at scale. We are investing into innovation days with our customers, co-inventing with customers, as well as in terms of how the scale-up happens, not just the prototypes. And the last one is the ecosystem play. On that, it's not just the partnerships with core niche players, the hyperscalers. We are also focusing on increasing our outlook on inorganic, looking at capabilities. We just announced the board has approved one of the acquisitions in a Salesforce specialty company. We also talked about, we're also looking at building our capabilities and infrastructure. We are investing in an adjacency where we'll be investing in creating AI and sovereign data centers. So these are all the investments which we'll be looking at.
So you're setting up 1 gigawatt of data center
Absolutely.
Capacity. What could be the investment that will entail in creating that capacity?
So this would be over a few years.
Yeah.
To start with, it would be 150 megawatt, and then we'll scale up. Typically, 150 megawatt would have an investment of $1 billion, and it should be operational in the next 18 to 14 months.
So you're looking at roughly around $5 to $6 billion on this over a period of next
that would translate
multiple years,
into next few years, and it would be structured. It would be structured through a combination of equity and debt, and we'd probably be having some equity partners also joining us.
So it would be a fully owned subsidiary initially, and then you will have a strategic partner coming into
Absolutely.
the data center business, which is there, and you're going to scale up to 1 gigawatt in that sense.
That's correct.
This pivot, what has led to this pivot actually? Because globally, if you speak to many of the investors, they talk about that how Indian IT companies are not AI ready. And while TCS has been saying that internally they have been preparing their employees to provide AI services, your release mentioned that you're trying to transform yourself into AI services or technology company.
Services.
What could be the timeline for you, and how will the revenue mix change for you as you move from being a pure services company to an AI services technology company?
So it's not an overnight thing. The transition, the steps, as I said initially also, has been in progress. It's time that the confidence and the next level of pivot which we feel. So we talked about big bets earlier. The focus there also was on AI, data, cloud, all of it. This is the next level of pivot. The transition is a journey. It's not something in the, there will be things which we'll have to focus on in the short term. things like setting up the new unit, restructuring it, being agile on it. There would be medium-term steps and long-term steps. And it's a journey which we'll have to get through, and we are in it collectively.
So the skill sets in AI, you're internally preparing your entire team on that, or your manpower on it. What kind of skill set would you be looking at now that you're pivoting to AI services technology and the infra part of it, which is data center, which is a totally different ball game from being a services company?
So, Sajid, so this is not a journey that we have started. So we have been investing on building AI or ML related capabilities for a few years from now, right? So we have doubled down and extensively invested. Just to give you a few data points, right? So today we have fairly democratized a lot of our the large learning models or infrastructures, and in every offices we have infrastructures created where people can have access to these talents so that they can actually try out things and actually get hands-on experience. So that's been our investment, and we are seeing phenomenal traction from our employees who are participating very voluntarily in learning. To give you some data points, our learning hours for the last year has almost doubled. Every individual, they're spending so much time because everyone feels this is a great thing to be part of and consume. And our deep tech talent in with AI and ML skills was 70,000 last year. At the same time today we are at 160,000. So it's more than double. So extensive amount of investments, and we feel investing in people and building these capabilities to be able to meet this aspiration. That's what Samir talked about, and we want to be the largest AI-led tech services in the world.
And that would mean that you're going to the market and doing a lateral hiring?
Yes, that's a good point that you brought up. Yes, we are going on the market. This year, this quarter, we have hired 18,500 people globally, and we have gone across the markets and looking for the best of the talents and hiring them to be able to help shape this journey for us.
And this 18,000 is gross, basically?
Yes, that's our gross.
And all are AI-enabled hires now?
A mix of skills, future ready. AI is a part of it, but we are across. We are growing them internally. We are hiring them as well, but across all future relevant skills.
You know, you are in a thick of storm because of the kind of narratives which are there out. 2% of layoffs which you have announced, which is 12,000, and then there are multiple narratives around it. Is it 12 or more than that? Why didn't you clarify? What is the kind of restructuring that you're doing within your workforce?
Okay, so like I said, right, we have hired and onboarded 18,500, which means we have practically honored all the offers that we have made. We are on track to onboard all the other campus offers that we have made.